for many of us, not all of us, but for many of us, we will not be able to work our way to safety. We will not be able to work our way to rest. So typically, the way things are set up is that you work, 40 plus years, and then you retire at 65 or so, and then you get your rest. Well, with recent changes and everything going up, and then on top of that, now if you already went and got a college degree and you got to pay that back and you're still working on paying that back, let's say you got yourself in a home loan or even a car loan these days, it's going to be really, really, really freaking hard to escape that and actually take some time to take a break earlier in your life. Number one, what I want to remind people is 65 is it's it's way too far away for you to actually have the rest and the peace that you deserve. And number two, rest and peace is yours to take right now. Now, I'm not saying that everyone's path will be to move abroad, but moving abroad could really help you when it comes to getting that rest and peace. There are literal places, especially if you're a single person. Oh my goodness. If you're willing to live in a community, like live in a shared space or a co op space or something like that, you could probably live in Mexico for like $300 a month for rent. And if you don't want to do that, like if that's like really living bare bones. But I find that even living bare bones when I have time freedom, that's everything. Who cares if I don't have this or that? If I have time to take myself down to the beach on a Wednesday afternoon and put my feet in the sand, you know? And if you have children, I'm seeing again like 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom places here in Mexico for $700, fully furnished. So I bring that up to say there are options available. And I know that you have a dream or something that you've always wanted to do, a book you wanted to write, a dissertation you've been meaning to write, um, fun you've been meaning to enjoy. Maybe you have ideas to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you have ideas to do all kinds of fun things, but things that are really on your heart to do. Maybe deep down inside, you're a motivational speaker or you're an artist. It's time to make space for those goals and dreams and plans. This is the thing. If you wait until it's retirement age, you'll have a new thing to fight against. And that'll be, am I too old to do this? Because I hear that question a lot. And that question is so scary because it can hit you at any age. You don't have to be in your 60s or your 50s to feel this way. I felt this way at 30. Am I too old to go back to college at 30? I felt this way at 27, 28. Am I too old to do XYZ? It's disgusting. Truly. Because when I look back on it now, it's almost like hilarious that I even could think that. How are you too old to do what God has said you're supposed to do? How are you too old to obey the universe and actually become the thing? Everything you have in you right now is the very thing that is your key to treasure. It's all about expressing it. And what does express mean? I don't have the translation right now, the definition, but it's to press down on something and exert something. So life will come with its pressures and its challenges, and it's going to exert something from you. And it's up to you to use that thing to be who you know you're meant to be. It's up to you to use that thing to actually lean in and enjoy and focus and nurture it so that it can grow bigger and bigger like a wildfire. You deserve that. But a lot of us, again, are not going to be able to just save our way to freedom. It's just not possible. Now, some people you can. I know right now, if I, so I've, throughout the years, I've worked overemployment, which is when you work um, at more than one full time job at the same time. And I have calculated that if I do that, with my current skill set, I can be financially free in about 4 to 5 years with the money I already have saved from doing it. And a part of me was really excited about that when I heard it. Like, oh my gosh, I could be retired by the time I'm freaking 36 or so. Seriously? But another part of me is like, but girl, you're going to work yourself to the bone for those years. Now, I am still pro overemployment, but I always tell people to do it like 6 to 18 months. Don't make it your life. And doing it for 5 years or 4 years, that sounds like my life. And when I consider how much work it took me to get out of burnout mode from working one job and how long it took me to get out of burnout mode after I stopped working my extra overemployment job, it terrifies me to think that, okay, if I had 4 to 5 more years of that, how would I feel? Mind you, I did it for 18 months. If I did that for 4 more years, how much work would I have to do to undo all the nervous system overload that I'll be dealing with at that moment? So it's time. It's time to stop working for safety and put in some trust falls, set up some safety nets, and set up some type of savings that's going to carry you at least for a full year, and not a full year of bare bones, but like a full year, and take the leap. Because I am coming to the understanding that nobody was put here by mistake. And if we are here by design, why are we pretending like these jobs are everything? Like we can't do anything without them. Like there's not people who make money every day not working a 9 to 5. Why not you? Why not me? Why not us? I don't want to save my way to safety. I don't want to save my way to security. I want to just have it because I'm allowed and because it's there for me to take. If my rent is $700 a month, and let's say I have a few other expenses, food costs and all that, let's round it out to, let's say I got to pay $2,000 a month. When I think about everything I know and how much I have to give and how much resources, how many lessons and seasons that I've went through that I could even just teach from, am I to think that I can't bring in $2,000 a month in a business? Me, the person who has cleared millions of dollars and saved my companies in the past millions of dollars, millions, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Am I to think that me who has done that can't do this? Am I to think that me who has adhered to a very strict and structured schedule for work can adhere to a structured schedule for my personal life and my personal business? Am I to think that about myself? Like, truly ask yourself, am I to think that I can't bring in $2,000 a month? That is, that's $500 a week. $500 a week. That's $100 a day, Monday through Friday. You can't think of something to sell, something to create that has maximum impact for $100 and sell one a day? I know you can. Think of the things that you used to couldn't do for work, but suddenly you're an expert at them. It's just about building the muscle and having the faith in ourselves. But thinking that we're going to save our way to safety, save our way to freedom, I don't think so. I don't think so, friend. I don't think so. And it's time to shift out of that reality. We are enough. We have enough. We know enough. And what we don't have, how many times have you not had and somehow, some way it lands in your lap? So if you can't trust in anything else, trust in that. No matter what you want to call it. You can call it the universe, source, God, creation. You can call it luck. I don't care. It has worked out for you. Think of all the social proof in your life, all the times you can just imagine when you did not have, and then suddenly it showed up and you were taken care of. I'm just really to the space where I'm ready to lean into the flow and I'm ready to surrender. And it is on the horizon and I feel it and I'm buzzing. And I just want people to know that it is for you too. It's not just for him over there or her over there. It's 2025 when I'm recording this video. 2024, I got laid off from my job and ended up having to take a job for making $17 an hour. $17 an hour. I lived in an income based apartment. I was broke. I had a brand new car, brand new. I had $700 in my savings account, $0 in my checkings, and rent was due in like 4 or 5 days. Car note was due. I think car note had just got taken out the day that I was told I was being let go. 2024 is 2025, and look where I am. It's 2025. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Look how good it is. Taste and see how sweet it is. I can be, I can have it all because it all is within me. God lives within us all. God lives within you. It lives within me. The source of creativity, the source of knowledge, the source of power. But what you need to link into and lock into is the source of faith and the source of diligence and the source of obedience and not let up. You got to lock into that thing and not let up. You got to guard your mind. There is spiritual and mental warfare going on right now. And if you don't guard your freaking mind, you will be consumed and taken over by the very things that you thought were here to save you. You thought a job was here to save you. You thought a job was a safe option. But when you don't feel yourself and you're losing your mind and you're depressed and anxious, that same job won't even give you time off. That same job won't even make sure you get FMLA. That same job will let you perish. At least if you had your own business with one or two $100 products or so, or even $1,000 product. At least if you had a few products to sell, them things would sell even when you slept. And the content you created for those products before you got sick would always be there. I often think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I remember when I barely had enough money. I barely had enough money to put gas in my tank to get to work for the next week. That was 2020. I think about those times and I think about the decisions that I made because of that. How I could only think but so far because I needed to have basic necessities met. I could not think of these big, beautiful ideas. I could dream about them for a second, but then I had to get right back and clocked into work. I didn't have time to really lean into it. And now that I have a little bit more time freedom, I'm able to think about the things that 2020 version of me wanted to, but just dare not to because so overwhelmed, so overworked, so stressed, right? And so for the person who is paycheck to paycheck or barely putting gas in their car, trust me just for a second. Like, let me hold your hand. Trust me just for a second. I was where you were. I was where you are. I've overcome that piece. I'm able to see a little bit further out than maybe you can right now, and that's okay. I'm not better than you. I'm just in another part of the process. And I'm telling you what I see is that, girl, you working yourself to the bone, and it's not going to be for anything. By time you get to the money you're looking for, you're going to be so burnt out and so tired and so downtrodden that it's not even going to be funny. I'm not kidding. So take care of yourself. Understand that there are other ways to take to get to maximize income. There's ways that you should be expressing your gifts. There's talents and things that you can do that will maximize your entire freaking existence. But your place is not down at the freaking doctor's office working as an administrative assistant at the front desk. That is not your freaking place. Your place is not um even like your place is not working at the grocery store. Your place is not putting in orders for. I remember one time in my life I was working for a box company. We literally made boxes for like pizza boxes, those big display boxes like for Del Monte, like for the like canned goods, canned vegetables and stuff. We made the box for that for it to sit in. We made boxes for all kind, whatever you could think of. We made boxes that are stronger, that can hold more weight. We made boxes that were more flimsy. It depended on the price that you would get. And I remember being so stressed out about coming into work that I was having a panic attack in the car because I was so stressed out. I was so stressed about all the problems I had to solve on a day-to-day basis. And I just wanted to cry and fall apart. And my boss, bless her sweetheart, my boss said, Ebony, it's just boxes. It's just boxes. Like you getting yourself worked up over boxes. But it's because I had so much other things weighing on me. That being an additional problem I had to solve every day was crazy. And I am so thankful for that because you know what I did? I took like a 6 month staycation sabbatical. I stopped working. I quit that job with nothing lined up. I quit that job with nothing lined up. I prayed on it and I moved. I quit that job and I stayed where I was at and figured it the freak out. And in those 6 months, I had a health scare. And I'm so glad that I had took the time off because I had time to go to the doctor's office, make sure everything was okay, everything was good. And but I had time to actually feel through that process and not have to keep numbing myself, like go to the doctor's office on lunch break and now I have to numb myself because I got to clock back in. So I can't let what's going on outside of work affect my work. No, I was able to feel it. I was able to feel it and I was able to really like praise and be so thankful and celebrate when I realized I was okay. But I had that time to do it and then I went back to work at this company that was like so all over the place. I said, "Oh no, I can't do this." I was there for like 2 months. I was like, "Nah," because it was like new in the area. It was a company that already existed in like Sweden or Switzerland or something, and then they brought it over to the U.S. And I was a manager there, and that was actually my first time in management. And I said, when you're with these jobs, they want all of you. They don't want part of you. They don't want some of you. They don't want the part of you that you give after you take care of your kids and put them to sleep and you had a meditation in the morning and you ate a good they want all of you. And that's how this company was. I remember one day I got there at 6 a.m. to try to get ahead of the day. And I didn't leave that place till like 5 or 6 p.m. And then they wanted me to take my laptop with me. So I still worked until 10. 5 to 6 a.m. all the way to 10 p.m. I worked. I quit that job real quick. And then I had like 2 months off before I started my next position. And I stayed there for a while because that was pretty sweet. But until they laid me off. And I remember sitting there in my layoff and I said, nobody will ever have this control over me again. Nobody will have the control to dictate whether I put food on the table, whether my family is safe, whether we're secure, whether we're okay, ever again. And I didn't know what I was going to do about it, but I knew that that was my deciding factor. Never again. Never again will I be over here crying and praying and trying to figure out what's next because of a freaking job. Never. That's when I got into overemployment shortly after, too. So, anyways, these jobs ain't going to save you. They're not designed for your safety and security. They're not designed for your mental, emotional, or spiritual health. You're going to need to take care of that on your own. Create some safety nets for yourself. Be willing to trust fall into them if you need it. Save up some money, like a year's worth of salary or something. Take a break, whether that means you stay in the US or you move abroad, but I suggest you move abroad because there is something transformational that happens in your body when living in another country. I haven't even been able to fully be swept up by it because I still work, but I'm so excited for it. Unenroll your kids in them damn schools where you don't know if a shooting is going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if a pew pew is going to happen at any point in these schools. Unenroll your kids from those schools. Get your kids in online school until you can get acclimated with the area that you move to, and then enroll them in the school that you live in the area you live in if you want to. It's okay. There's a lot of things I just don't agree with, and when you don't agree with something, or you feel like, I say this all the time, you don't agree with it, or you feel like you're above it, you have to act like it. Are you really above it? Are you really above, you know, working a 9 to 5? Are you really above trading your time for money? Are you really above trading your children's safety for education? Okay, well, act like it. And maybe like you're watching this and you're like, I literally got $100 in my savings account and I have to keep taking that 100 out to put it back in the checkings because I got bills to pay. Been there. How you think I know so well? Been there for like years. I saved and took out the same $100, and that was before I saved and took out the same $50. But just keep being diligent in it, okay? Because one day you're gonna put that $100 in your savings account and it's gonna stay there. And that is gonna feel so freaking good to you. And then it's gonna keep building and keep building. If you can't do overemployment right now, sign up for DoorDash, sign up for Uber Eats, do something, and also start cutting back on your expenses. You don't need all that stuff you have. I literally bought a brand new car in 2023. I bought a 2024 vehicle. I sold that car this year. I sold it. I don't need it. Like, I'm looking at the car sit outside every day while I work from home. I don't need it. I'll take Uber. I don't go enough places to need a car. It's okay. My car wash membership, oh, that went away too because I don't have a car. All the little random stuff, got rid of it. And I'm freer because of it. I'm free. Er. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Please consider liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, doing all the things that support a brand new channel. If you heard any of this noise that's going on, because there's some construction going on across the way, I'm very sorry, but I hope the message landed. You have a fabulous, beautiful, blessed, abundant day. Bye.